Om Shanti and good morning. Actually, it is leave taking because I am leaving this morning. But Dadiji asked me to recapitulate some of the points of Murli. And in that context, I would like to focus my attention on one thing, namely Ekaj Bhool, as Dadiji was saying. One basic blunder. Ekaj Bhool, it is in Hindi, but in English we would put it like this: it is the one basic blunder which the whole mankind committed, every human being committed. And Dadiji was saying that earlier, in the earlier days, a book was written on this, and very often Baba mentions to Ekaj Bhool in Murlis. Now this is very significant, as this is the starting point of Baba's knowledge. Even in the field of science, now people are trying to have the unified theory. In earlier physics, we were told that matter and energy are two different things, and each one has its own law of conservation. But later on, as physics developed, we were told that matter is convertible into energy and energy is convertible into matter. Then again, there were various forms of energies, and they wanted to say that all the energies they are basically same, one. And therefore, electricity, sound, magnetism and all these are not different forms, but they are one. So they are trying to give that unified theory. But in the field of philosophy, in the field of religion, people have not been giving any unified theory. They have been saying so many things. But the knowledge which Baba has given us starts from one thing. It says there is suffering in this world, which is very evident. Because the process of learning is that we should go from the known to the unknown. Now it is a known fact that there is suffering in this world. No one can deny this. Now if there is a suffering, we must have committed a mistake. Because there cannot be any suffering unless and until we have committed an error or a mistake, or there is some basic ignorance. Without that, if we have knowledge, if we are enlightened persons, if we have wisdom, we should be correct in our action. And if we are correct in our action, the proof is that we are happy. We don't have sorrow, we don't have suffering. But since we have sorrow and suffering in this world, it means we have either ignorance or we have, because of that ignorance, committed some mistake, some error. Now people are talking of so many mistakes, so many causes of sufferings. But Baba says the cause of suffering is only one. It is a unified theory. Now this one basic cause has given rise to all the other causes. Let us compare the sufferings to a tree which has many branches, sub-branches, twigs, leaves, roots, trunk, so on. Numerous, in fact, innumerable. Now all these have their seed, which is one. The seed of this tree, that is the Ekaj Bhool. Now we explain that all our sufferings are due to the 6 evils: sex, lust, anger, greed, attachment, arrogance, and let's not forget laziness. Because sometimes this becomes the basic. Now, but this is not unified theory. You are giving 6 causes. Baba says that these 6 again are due to only 2. Let us do some kind of a summing up the whole thing, and these can be reduced to 2, namely love and hate. You will find that all these 6 evils also arise either from love or hate. Now attachment, for example, is due to wrong, misplaced love. Similarly, greed is misplaced love, distorted love. And anger is hatred. Without hatred there couldn't be anger, so on. I won't like to go into the detail of this, but these 6 are basically due to 2. Now, then How do these two come, or which one comes at which time and in what way? Baba says, now there can be no human being without the parents, because when we take our body, it is because of our parents. So when a soul is born, the very first basic fact is that the human being has the parents. Then he has brothers or sisters, or the relatives of the parents, which now are the relatives of the child also. So that we are a family, in a family. And then the family is a part of the society. So which means that when a person takes a body, when this consciousness is embodied, then it has to relate to other people which form the family or the society. Now relating to others is called, what we say, is our relations. We have, as members of the society, as members of the family, we cannot work, we can do no action without being aware of our relationships. All our actions are determined by our relationships. A mother loves the child or a brother loves the brother, but the love is different in two cases because of the relationship. So all our actions in regard to human beings cannot be in a void, in a vacuum. They must be in relationship. So this is how we have to relate. And in relationship you have either love or hate. It cannot be the third one. It can be only a permutation or combination of these. So the question is that we have to take a body, and when we take a body, we have a family and the society. And when we have this, we have to relate. And when we have to relate, we have to have either the love or hate. Now, as I said earlier, that it is these two which give birth to all the six evils. So where lies the cause of suffering then? Let's go to the root of it. Because if you want a society in which there is happiness, you must eradicate this cause. This root must be eliminated. Now, someone has given a philosophy of life, a bit of a philosophy of life. He is in the form of a humor. He says when you fall sick, you must go to a doctor. And when you go to a doctor, consult a doctor, the doctor will give you medicine. Now, he says you must go to the doctor because the doctor has to live. Why? Because if you don't go to him, he does not earn. And if he does not earn, he cannot live. So he says you must go to the doctor because he has to live. And then when the doctor prescribes the medicine, you must go to a chemist because he also has to live. If you don't go to a chemist and don't purchase the medicine, he cannot live. So you must go to the chemist and purchase the medicine because he has to live. But don't take the medicine because you also have to live. So this, he says, is to me the philosophy of life. Now what is the philosophy of life which Baba has given us? We cannot live without love, nor can others live without love. Living is loving. Without love, life is a burden. Which means this is the basic thing which we must be aware of, that we cannot have a happy life on the basis of hatred. Now we have to eliminate one of them out of the two, love and hate. So which means if we have to live, we must love. If others have to live, they also must have love. Since all of us have to live, all of us must love. So this is the basic philosophy. Now, what do we mean by love? Because now love is also of two kinds. We have to go to the unified theory, as I said. Because a human being is of two entities. One is the conscient person, the other is the body. Now the love can either be related to, the relationship also can be either to the body or to the soul. Now it is here we have committed the blunder. Because when our love is related to the body conscious love, that is the root of all the troubles. That is the cause of all the sufferings. So we must relate to each other on the basis of the soul. And our love should be based on that kind of relationship. And if it is not based on that, this only single solitary, this blunder has resulted in all the kinds of sufferings. So this is what Baba says is ekaj bhool. There is difference between ek bhool and ekaj bhool. Ek bhool means one blunder. But ekaj bhool means one blunder which gives rise to all the blunders. So mind this difference between the two Hindi words. Ek bhool. Ek bhool means one mistake. But there may be a mistake which is the cause of all other mistakes. That is called the ekaj bhool. And therefore Baba says it is ekaj bhool. This is one blunder which is the cause of all the other blunders in the world. Because we have forgotten that in this chitra is a vichitra. In this body is a soul which is without a picture. The body has a picture. The Hindi word chitra means picture. The body has a picture. But the soul is not having picture, nose, ears, eyes, throat. No. It's just a point of which all other pictures can be made. Point is the basic in geometry. In the form, there can be no form without points. So, this only single fact having been forgotten, that in this body which is chitra, there is a vichitra, that is a incorporeal person, has resulted in the love being related to the body, and that has led us to 6 evils, and those evils have led us to all the sufferings which we have. This is the philosophy of life which Baba has given us. Now, one thing when I was listening to the song which was before Dadiji gave the Murli, and also when our brother Tumhe pa ke humne jahan pa liya hai, when he said, at that point of time I thought that all our double foreigner sisters and brothers must have at least an elementary knowledge of Hindi. Because this is the language of God. Baba was saying about the Indian culture, it's not Indian culture. It is your original culture. And it is Brahmin culture, as Baba was saying. Since Baba speaks in this language, you cannot have its proper savor, proper flavor, and its taste, unless and until a very elementary, at least a very elementary knowledge of Hindi. Because when Baba says, he on that day, on the Valentine Day, the day of the lovers, he was telling the difference between Saath and Saathi. He says someone may be accompanying you, may give you the company, but he may not help you, may not be your Saathi. And today he was giving the difference between Chitra and Vichitra. So all these things are very meaningful to us. We relish them all the more if we have this little bit of knowledge of Hindi. So this may be an uninvited suggestion, an uncalled for advice. And an uncalled for advice is generally cheap, which nobody cares. But this is what I have to say, but because I feel that this is something which is very essential for getting the true essence of Murli. With this I take leave. Thank you so much. जाना है थोड़ा तैयारी करना. Dadiji wants that I should miss the train, you know. Because Baba asked us to practice tapasya in this year, and tapasya must bring some results. Every action brings some fruit, some results. So all the questions which Dadiji was reading the other day, which Baba has given us through the trans-messenger Gulzar Bainji, they mentioned certain indications whether our tapasya year was on the proper lines. Say for example, if we were not having satisfaction in our own mind, or if we could not satisfy others, or if we have any kind of a negativity in our mind, any kind of leakage, then it would show that our tapasya was not on proper lines. Similarly, if you just read those questions, each one of them separately, you would find that it mentions something, the answer to which would give us the indication whether we were practicing tapasya properly or not. And I think that is very essential to monitor whether we are doing things correctly or not. Someone may be doing the physical exercise, but instead of getting a better health, if his health is deteriorating, so that means he is practicing it wrongly. Similarly, if we are doing tapasya, tapasya and tapasya, but after tapasya what we get? Samasya. So if samasya is coming, that is not tapasya, because tapasya is supposed to solve the samasya. So that is what Baba was saying about samasya and tapasya. When you read those questions and find the proper answers, then you understand it. Okay, thank you. Om Shanti.